Aloha Leica files. I just wanted to do a quick video on 3 products for the Leica Q and Q2 that don't seem to have much information on the web. Today we're going to look at the Match Technical Leica Q Q2 lens cap, the Mountainsmith TAN Cube Small, and the Artisan and Artist ACAM-76. Probably the single biggest newbie complaint I see on the forums about the Leica Q series of cameras is the crappy lens cap. It looks pretty but scratches easily, does not stay on, and hence is easy to lose. I've been using the Optech Hood Hat Micro. The benefit is that it covers the majority of the lens and hood and acts as a pretty good protection. It is tight enough that it stays on by itself until you pull it off. The downsides are that it is made of neoprene, and neoprene has a tendency to split along the seams or will slice right through on a sharp edge. And it takes 2 hands to get it onto the lens. In addition, I've had a tendency to lose it as I've stuffed it into my pocket and it would fall out somewhere. I can't tell you the number of people who have picked it up for me after I've lost or dropped it. The Leica Q series lens cap LC-SR-01 is a new innovation from the good folks at Match Technical, who made the thumbs up grip that slides into the hot shoe. This lens cap is a good example of Match Technical's eye for detail. It slides onto both lens and hood, and unlike the OEM Leica cap, it is snug and not easily dislodged. It is basically a rubber cap with close tolerances and a slight lip around the edge which holds the cap on. And it holds it on snugly. It is easy to peel off to get the cap off, although you can put it on and take it off with one hand. It also comes with a tether, a lanyard and metal clip that you can attach to your camera strap. I usually don't like this hanging off the camera because it is something that will call attention to the camera, but I must admit this is handy. As for protection, the rubber is thick enough to provide some protection, but not too thick to become heavy. I've retired my OEM metal Leica lens cap back to the box, keeping it nice for resale, and will be using this rubber cap as my everyday protection for the lens. Since it is made for Leica, it is priced accordingly at about 50 bucks. Maybe if it were for a Canon camera, it might be priced at 35. But if you consider that this cap might save your lens hood and lens from abrasions, it's probably worth the price. Now, many of you are probably like me, continually on the hunt for a perfect camera bag to meet every different situation. Every situation needs its own camera bag, if you know what I mean. Now, I carry a messenger bag to and from work every day. My messenger bag is sort of big because aside from the digital camera, as a journalist, the rest of my life is pretty analog. I use a paper planner, the Hobonichi Techo. I usually carry around whatever book I'm reading at the time. And I also carry around a large writing notebook, about the size of a 15-inch Apple PowerBook. I like to carry around the Leica Q with me when I commute, in case there is something going on that I want to document. And because the messenger is so roomy, I thought that I should find a small camera insert I could use that would just hold the Q and provide some protection for the camera from the stuff in my bag and for bumps while I'm carrying the bag around. So I scoured the Leica forums and didn't really find anything that applied to my specific needs. So I went to B&H and read about every small camera bag I could find. Eventually, I ordered the Mountainsmith TAN Cube Small. I'm not sure what all the caps and the TAN means in the product name, but it was designed to hold a small camera and lens in one of Mountainsmith's serious hiking backpacks. The price was a pretty reasonable $45. Anyway, cheaper than the Match Technical lens cap. Anyway, when I received it, I was surprised at how large it was. The Leica Q is actually a little tall for a compact type fixed lens camera, so I was looking for something that would actually cover over the whole camera, including the top, in case I had to shove something into my daily messenger. And while it would fit into my messenger bag, it is still a little bulky. The padding is quite stiff but resilient, and I have no doubt that it will protect my Q very well. The padding on the bottom is pretty good as well, which was another one of my requirements. And I actually like the quick, easy open top, which would make grabbing the camera quite easy. But despite all these positives, it was just a bit bulkier than I need and I want for an insert. I think it is a really good walk-around bag to use to hold the Leica Q and maybe the Leica SF40 flash, if that's all you're carrying. I like to carry around the Q, but the only thing is, in a crowded restaurant or something, when you can't put the camera on the table, you have to hang it off the back of your chair or put it on the floor. This bag would be good for those situations because a flat bottom means it will stay put and not fall over like a holster bag. And it's well protected for getting bumps by other patrons. I'm a big fan of Artisan and Artist products. In fact, my messenger that I use for work is a repurposed A&A camera bag. So when the Mountainsmith didn't work out, I went back to B&H and decided to try the Artisan and Artist ACAM-76. It's pretty much exactly what I was looking for, except for one thing, which I will get into. It is lightly padded so as to not be so bulky. It is just big enough to fit the Leica Q with hood, the thumb grip, and the limbs half case as well. I prefer my cameras to sit on the bottom plate while in the bag, rather than resting on the LCD. Anyway, there's even a little extra room for a big strap in there if you want. The only thing is that the bottom of the case is not very well padded. There is a thin piece of foam, but not enough for my wild and careless carrying. So I just added some more pieces of foam in the bottom to beef up the protection. As you can see, it closes down just enough with everything in there. The only thing about this case I do not care for is the method of closure. Rather than a zipper or Velcro, the bag wraps with an elastic band. While secure, it doesn't really fit the need I have to be able to open the bag quickly and grab the camera out. What I'm thinking of doing instead is taking it to the tailor and having them sew some Velcro strips on the top and removing the elastic band. Then the case might be perfect for my use.